Hi guys, so I listened to a message by Apostle Joshua Selman lately, and he said something that hit me deeply. I'm going to paraphrase because I cannot remember the exact words. So he said something along the lines of that sometimes love can be an obstacle. It can be something that prevents somebody from fulfilling their purpose and destiny. And when he said that, it hit me hard. It resonated so deeply with my spirit, because most of us parents are guilty of this. I'm going to talk about the spiritual angle of this now. So some of us, our children have huge callings, huge destinies upon their lives, huge purposes why God created them. But there is necessary preparation that must go on. There's a foundation that must be laid for them to get there. And sometimes this foundation, this preparation, it requires a lot of fasting, it requires deep prayers, it requires midnight prayers. But some of us, we love our children so much that we don't want to subject them to things like this. We don't want to subject them to fasting, like, hey, my child will be hungry, how am I going to do this thing now? How will they cope? How can I wake up my child in the midnight and let's go and pray? My child needs their sleep, this and that. It reminds me of a video that I watched where Pastor Jerry Eze was telling us about how some of the experiences he had with his mom, like Pastor Jerry's mom. Pastor Jerry's mom, she was an amazing woman. So he talked about how, because God had shown her a picture of his destiny and his purpose, she didn't want to make a mistake, so she didn't take it easy on him. She didn't take it easy on him. He even said that there was a time that they fasted for 3 days, that he almost died. And you know, in this our world today, we will say it's child abuse. But this woman was laying a foundation, which Pastor Jerry is reaping the fruits now. Not only Pastor Jerry is reaping the fruits, the world as a whole is reaping the fruit of the seed that this woman sowed in Pastor Jerry Eze's life. How many of us parents are willing to subject our children to fasting, subject our children to midnight prayers? I want to pray in the midnight. Wake up, come and pray with me. How many of you will do that? Me now, I know that I'm also guilty. So this video is like a wake-up call. I'm waking all of us up, including me. That let us not let love be something that will hinder us from building or laying that foundation, that necessary foundation for our children to be who God has destined them to be. I watch Desperate Housewives. It's one of the series, the TV shows that I love, and I'm watching it again for the umpteenth time. Yeah, there's this part where the housewives were remembering, like they were just thinking of what would have been, how their life would have been. So Lynette Scavo, in that her imagination, or what do I call it, she had a son that was disabled, and she was helping him with everything. So at this point, I think he was about maybe 10 years, 7 to 10 years in that particular part. So the child wanted her to make him a sandwich, and she had already had it. She had had enough. She was at the sink doing dishes, and she said, she really talked to him that day. She told him that she cannot help him, that what happens when I'm not here to help you, that you have to help yourself. You can reach the shelves of the fridge, you can do this, that. They were angry. They were very angry. And then the son got up with anger, and he was doing everything he was supposed to do. He went to the fridge, he brought out the mayonnaise, it fell on the floor. He long and short is that he struggled hard and he made that sandwich. But what hit me was the fact that Lynette Scavo, when they showed her, she was at the sink, she was shaking, like she was trying to control herself, because she was being hard. She knew she was being hard on her son, but she knew she had to, for him to cope. She knew she had to, so she was controlling herself. She was shaking, she wanted to cry. And finally he made the sandwich, and then he brought it to her, and he was smiling. Like, that part really touched me. He came smiling with the sandwich, and she said, "It looks so good. Can I have a bite?" And he smiled so hard. And then they showed where he was now graduating. He was valedictorian. So he was making his speech, talking about his mother, how his mother believed in him and all of that. So imagine if Lynette loved him so much that she didn't subject him to doing things for himself, that she loved him so much that she was doing everything for him. If she did that, he wouldn't be able to get to where he finally got to. He won't be as successful as he became finally. So love can be an obstacle, like Apostle Joshua Selman wisely pointed out to us. Like I picked on that, and I said I was going to come and sit down and make a video about it, and even expand it even more, that we parents need to be careful to make sure that we are not loving our children too much, that we are hindering them from being who God has called them to be. Let's make sure that we are not loving them so much that we are neglecting to build that solid foundation we are supposed to build for them, that they will now stand on to fulfill their calling and purpose, because we have a big role to play in our children's lives, especially the little ones at the stage that they are now. You have a big role to play. If you are loving them so much, oh, they let them not fast. Okay, I can be fasting, I can be praying for them. There is their own responsibility component. There is the part they are supposed to play, even in their early years as they are growing up. You cannot let love hinder you from making them do these things. Your children are old enough to fast. Do you know, if your child is 6 years old, that child is old enough to fast at least 6 to 10. At least 6 to 10. If your child is even 5 years old, 4 years old, you are old enough to fast at least 6 to 9. You start it like that. You don't just start 6 to 6 immediately. No, now you get my point. You get my point, right? So I just came here to make this video to tell us to be careful. To be careful. Love is good, though. It's good to love our family. It's good to love our children, but make sure that that love is not spoiling things. Is not spoiling things in their lives. Because whether you like to believe this or not, you need to know that there are people whose destinies are connected to your children's destinies. And if they do not walk in their purpose and destiny, if they do not fulfill it, those people, what will happen to them? I'm not trying to guilt you or make you feel bad. It's not too late to correct these things. At least I'm just bringing it to your awareness that this is how it is. This is what it is. There's too much at stake. There's too much at stake for us to be missing it, for us not to do what we're supposed to do the right way. May God help us, so, because it's only God that can help us. Even me that I'm talking, I'm not a perfect parent. I learn every day. Like this one now, I've learned it. Did I know it before? No. Now I know it, and now you know it too. I thank God for wisdom. I thank God for knowledge. I thank God for bringing his word to us. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry about the quality. It's dark here. Next time, it's going to be better. All right. Stay safe, stay blessed, and see you in the next one. Bye.